For this vlog, I'm going to talk to you about the one thing that every realtor should focus on. When it comes to taking on referrals or leads, there's one thing that you should really focus on. And if you don't, it's going to be a really hard time to build a business. If you've been a realtor for any period of time, or you've talked to other realtors just getting into the industry, we all know that this is a relationship business. We meet people on a regular basis. We meet strangers. We talk to people everywhere. We are always looking to bring on more business in everything we do. We spend tons of time marketing. We go on social media. Everything we do is to try to generate more business. But there's a big mistake that agents make when it comes to what to do when there's an opportunity for business. Now, we all know that we should be talking to people and trying to get their information and then follow up. That's second nature. That should be ingrained in you. But the one thing that you should ultimately always focus on, what should be the goal of every interaction, anyone you speak to, anyone you market to, any referral you get, any lead you get, the goal should always be to get a meeting with those people. That should be it. So for instance, if you have a lead come in and you're calling that person, you're texting them, you're emailing them, and you're trying to get a hold of them, you're trying to talk to them, your goal should be to get a face-to-face meeting with that person. That's it. That should be the ultimate goal. If you have a referral come in, the goal should be get a face-to-face with that person. It doesn't matter if it's a buyer or seller. Typically, we all know that on the selling side, yes, it's going to be pretty much a given that you have to meet with that person. You have to see that property. You have to get a feel for it. You have to speak to them about it. That's pretty much known. The buy side, though, is something where I see a lot of agents make mistakes. They get leads or referrals, and they're so eager to run out the door and show them something that they never spend the time to cultivate that relationship with that person, to really show them why they need to work with them. And for all you millennials out there, and definitely the Gen Zs, I can tell you firsthand as a millennial that our generations are going to be interviewing multiple buyers agents. It's not like our parents' generation where they got a referral or somebody told them they have to speak to, their Aunt Pam, and all of a sudden, boom, Pam gets the business. It's not like that anymore. I can't tell you how many times I went and I interviewed with a potential buyer client who was also interviewing multiple other agents. I had to win that business. That's going to be commonplace. And that's what you need to know and why you need to focus on getting yourself in front of those people. The focus is always about getting a meeting. If you are able to do this, you have an opportunity to sell yourself to these people. And why is that so important? Because if you really think about what a realtor sells, it's not real estate. It's ourselves. All right? I like to think that in my mind, 90% of what we sell is ourselves. 10% is the real estate. Because we have to convince people who are making the biggest financial decision of their lives to trust us with that decision. You know how much responsibility is behind that? You know how much it takes for someone to trust us with hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars? We have to earn that trust. We have to build that trust. And the way to do it is to get in front of them. Get the meeting. That's the first and foremost thing that should be your goal every single time you have an opportunity with a buyer client and definitely a listing client. Get the meeting. When you're at that meeting then, you have now an opportunity to show these people why you're awesome, why you're a rock star, why they should work with you over anyone else that they interview, or realistically, they've probably mentioned real estate to somebody they know who, of course, knows the realtor, because statistically, everyone knows 3 realtors. If you sit with someone, there's a great chance, very highly likely, that they were already referred to other realtors as well by people they know. You got to be the one that earns the business. And you do this not through just phone calls, not through Zooms, although I guess it is possible to do it through Zoom if you need to, but really it's the face-to-face. And when you get to that meeting, here's a couple tips to help you out with it. 1, make sure you have a buyer's presentation ready. 2, make sure that presentation is spot on and you know that thing front to back. Also, here's a really great tip. Don't make it wordy. Make it a couple bullet points. You should know what you're talking about. And if you have a couple bullet points, you could just use them as reference points when you're giving your spiel. All right? Get to the meeting early. Make sure it's in a public place as well. This is a huge debate with agents. Some feel like they need to bring people into their office. I will tell you, people were born with this 2-million-year-old brain that's ridiculously defensive. It's there to protect us. If you bring someone into an environment like in an office, they're going to have their defenses up. And now you have to get through the defenses to make them comfortable to sit with you before you can even convince them to use you. Put them in a public place. Doing that solves this. I love Starbucks coffee. I always take my clients, my future clients, potential clients, to Starbucks. It's a public place. They're walking in there and they're going to feel comfortable, because what is the likelihood something's going to happen that I'm going to do, because we're all going to think defensive, in a public place? Next to none. So they're going to feel good about sitting with you. Another thing, send a calendar invite. Get their emails from whichever way you're communicating with them and send them an invite. This, 1, it gets their email, so you can always market to them in the future. And 2, now you have them being a level of commitment from them. It's on their calendar. It'll go on their calendar. They're going to see it. They're going to feel obligated to do this. Then, when you're at that meeting with them, I always love to buy a cup of coffee for them. Costs a couple bucks, but the psychology is there. If you do something nice for someone, there's a really good chance that they're going to reciprocate that, and they're going to stay for that meeting and be engaged. Because if 1, they've already shown up because of the calendar invite, and 2, now they look at me and go, wow, Mike just bought us a cup of coffee, let's hear him out. Now you have their attention. Okay, and now you can sell yourself. So, to sum it up, guys, get the meeting. Whatever comes your way, whoever you meet, whatever leads platforms, whatever you are using to generate more business, get the meeting. And also, it doesn't matter if they are looking to buy or sell a year from now, 6 months from now. Get the face-to-face time now. Build that pipeline. A lot of people think they don't want to meet with a realtor for a long time because they're not ready. If you get in front of them, if you get that face time, even if you have to market to them for 6 to 12 months later, you are the one they met with who wowed them, who is the rock star that they're going to work with. Okay? So, guys, get the meeting, you'll get the business.